definitely really important. And what's really important is that you have to enjoy it. You know, it's like we all love Twitch here and we love streaming, but I don't think it's for everyone. Like some personalities or some guys, like if you're not comfortable doing it or if you're not really loving it and the interaction, then it's like the number one thing I think for me. That's like you have to try it, and you know, if you love it, it's gonna eventually work out, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna get another question, but the thing that I would add is when I'm watching a Twitch stream, the first thing I notice is the person on the stream having a good time. Are they authentically enjoying themselves? And, you know, once I get that, then if they are, then I'm interested. If they're not, if I think they're going through the motions, I'm like, okay, find me a different channel.
Totally agree on that. I just wanted to add two more things to that. The consistency thing is absolutely true. I think some of us go a little crazier than others. When I first started streaming really on PokerStars, I streamed 77 days in a row for 7.5 hours a day, which was a lot. So that may be too much insanity, but I do think streaming 6 or 7 days a week is a pretty good, you know, if you're going to do it like we do it, you have to be consistent. The other two things I always tell people, the second thing, kind of like Lee was saying, you should be warm, welcoming, inviting, you know, people should be enjoying watching the stream. If you're not having a good time, if you're not having fun, your viewers probably aren't either. So I always think that second thing is to make sure you're having a good time and are generally fostering a warm and welcoming community. And the third thing I think you should do if you're trying to start a Twitch stream is to be unique in some way. Whether it's the time of day you stream, the kind of poker you stream, the stuff you do while you're on stream, even if you're just like have some sort of like catchphrase whenever you get Ace King offsuit and you have a little dance like nananoko or whatever, like, you know, whatever it is that you find to be a little different. And, you know, that's not enough, obviously, but...
Can we see the nananoko dance?
The Ace King dance? Can I get an Ace King and Nano AK in the chat, please?
Ace King.
Wow. And that's why nananoko is so successful. Imagine he did that every time he had Ace King when he was playing 12 million hands on PokerStars. Wow. So, yeah, that's what I would say. Consistency, try to be unique, and try to be warm and welcoming.
Cool. Next, who's up? Mr. Beekeeper himself, Matthew Brofton.
Oh, 1, 2. I'm just curious, what do you think you might have to be doing on the stream in like 12 months' time? Because I'm guessing there comes a point where people being pretty fickle on the internet. You know, you're going to have to think about what do you do next when you sense that maybe people are going, maybe I've watched enough hundreds of hours of you guys just grinding out. Or actually, am I wrong and you think that you don't need to change it and everyone's just like hooked on this format now?
Throughout my entire career as a poker streamer, I have looked to other categories to have very successful streamers. The guys that are bosses of League of Legends and Counter-Strike and all the other great games on Twitch, those guys more or less do the same thing every single day and draw 20, 30, 40,000 viewers. And I think the key really for that kind of, you know, 5 years of streaming or whatever it is, 6 days a week, I think it more comes down to the broadcaster not burning out and finding a rhythm that works for the broadcaster and saying, you know what, this is pretty good content, and it's almost like opening the store every day. It's like, do you have what it takes to open the storefront and to go through the rigors of sitting in a chair for 7 hours and answering Twitch chat, which can be a little brutal at times if you make mistakes and stuff. You know, there's probably nobody in poker that's more berated than the 5 of us up here. You know, so it comes with the territory when you have tens of thousands of people shrieking at you every day, right? So to me, I think we look at the guys that have lots of viewers for years at a time and see what they do, and that's how I kind of learned the consistency thing. One of the best streamers on the internet, I'm a Cutie Pie, is a League of Legends streamer. He streams 9 hours a day, almost 7 hours, 7 days a week. Like, it's absolutely absurd. But if you watch his stream today, it's not that different from when I first found it 5 years ago. Now, yeah, I think there's innovations we all have made. If you watch all of our streams today, they are all way better than the first day that we started. We have all added things to the overlay, or how we talk, or how we throw the breaks, or, you know, there's a billion different things, even like changing tables now. You know, these guys all have fancy hotkeys for everything. You know, I think there's definitely so many innovations in just how we stream poker, not even talking about how we do like broadcasts or, you know, things like the Aussie Millions on Twitch, which I'm going to be doing again in a couple weeks. You know, those kind of different content innovations are, I think, great for poker as an industry. But for us as live streamers, I think, consistency and being able just to consistently produce good content is key to being the death title level for what.
Okay. Another, unless one of you guys wants to...
Just hit everything home there. It's not,
Okay.
not a good next
Hit
question
that
for
one out of
that.
the park. Next batter. Okay, I saw a question in the back corner. There it was. Yes, sir.
Since you guys are famous, why do you how do you deal with people recognizing you and basically turning on your opponents in the tournament, turning on your Twitch channel and seeing cards?
Again,
So the question is, how do you deal with the fact that you're basically showing everybody exactly how you play poker?
that's a general word of use. The famous word is very generous there, but I appreciate it. Some of these guys are definitely... But, so what you're saying is, we're giving out our information for free. We're deep in a tournament, we're openly explaining our thought process. Can our opponents use it to beat us, basically? There's a delay. All of us, based on what size of the tournament we're playing, I play pretty small stakes, so I go a 3-minute delay. So if you see me play pocket aces, that is not live. It happened 3 minutes ago, right? And these guys playing the big tournaments, probably a 7-minute delay, right? So yeah, we're openly giving information away. We're openly, but that's part of the game. We're used to that. We play every single day. So sometimes deep in tournaments, you say something and then you have to counteract it. Oh, I'm going to bluff this guy. And then you actually have it coming up. So it's part of the game, and it's something that took a while to adapt to. But I mean, it's just like, Jason, it's just part of the game. And yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about it. It's sort of knowing what your image is. At Danny Negrani's Q&A yesterday, he said the most important thing in poker is self-awareness. And when I heard that, I thought that was really cool. But I think it's true in streaming as well, and that, you know, an average of 4 or 5 people per table are probably going to be watching your stream as you're playing. So they're going to have some tendency and some thought about how you play. And I think it opens up opportunities to switch that up and surprise them sometimes. So I'd say we have to be, you know, some of the guys most experienced with that, knowing that people are really aware of our games.
And you know, it's interesting, 10 years ago when they first started to broadcast poker on the TV, a lot of the players said, there's no way I'm ever going to let anybody see my hole cards and put them on TV. They said it'll never happen, poker players will never do it. And then they saw what happened when poker got on TV, and the whole game exploded because of the popularity through TV, and they're like, okay, maybe it's worth it to show my cards and let them go out on NBC or whatever. And I think the same thing is happening here. I mean, you guys are kind of like on the bleeding edge, but you're doing the whole business a great service. And Randy's got the mic near his mouth. What you got to say?
It's definitely like, it's not to our advantage to show your cards. I can tell you that it's probably it's not gonna help. But I can say from a player point of view, it probably makes us all a bit stronger. I think the reason is because you have to be a lot more. I personally think you need to be a bit more balanced if you're playing on stream with your whole cards up. Because if someone is watching your stream, they kind of know what you're doing. So I think it improves your overall game plan, actually. Because if, you know, say I check raise someone a lot, but you're watching me on the stream, and you see that I always have a set, you know, it's a very imbalanced strategy. And I think overall as a game plan, you know, you'll probably see me check raise some flush draws and some other hands, so that the people watching my stream won't always know what I'm up to. And I think in general, you know, having this like unpredictability about your gameplay is how you actually become like a stronger poker player.